If you're watching your weight or you're on a little bit of a diet, but you still want to enjoy some pastries, I'm going to show you a way you can get around it. We're going to use a reduced fat puff pastry and stuff it full of as many vegetables as we can. We're going to put a little pesto in there so it's nice and tasty. It is nice to be able to enjoy something wrapped in pastry when you are having a bit of a diet. So veggies, I'm just going to throw them all into a little roasting tray. So that's capsicum, which I've all diced around about the same size. And really the dicing will depend on how big you want your pastries to be or your little tarts to be. So red onion, capsicum, sweet potato, pumpkin, all goes in to our roasting tray. Spread that out, drizzle it with a little bit of oil, and then a pinch of salt. And this is quite versatile, so you could put these or have these roast vegetables as a salad if you wanted to. You can put some chickpeas through there, parsley, mint, and have it as a nice roast vegetable salad. But I thought it'd be nice to wrap them in some pastry just so you can have some pastry when you're on a diet. Into our oven, 180 degrees for about 20 minutes. We're going to par cook them because they will cook a little bit more once we put them in our pastry, but they wouldn't have cooked all the way through if we just wrap them straight up in our pastry now. Pastry takes about 20 minutes to cook and the veggies are going to take about 40. So we'll get them halfway there, then we'll put them into our pastry and finish them off. Taking my vegetables out, I'm going to allow them to cool for a little bit. I've kept my oven on at 180 because it's only going to be 10 minutes and we're going to pop stuff back in there. So now I can cut out the little discs for my little tarts. So I've got one cutter, which is the biggest one I could find, and the other, which is about 1/2 centimetre smaller around the edge. So it gives you a little bit of leeway because on top you're obviously going to cover more surface area, so you need the bigger one on top. So we'll cut out the small one first, and that will be our base. So take them out. So like I said, they're nice and small, which is why I've cut the vegetables so small. You could have cut the vegetables twice as big as that and make tarts twice as big, so you could get a plate and use that as your template to cut with. But I just want little individual sized pies or tarts. Now we'll cut out our tops with the big cutter. There's no need to dock these because I want them to puff up. I want them to be really light and flaky. So no docking required. There are our lids to our little tarts. So now we're ready to go. We'll pop our bottoms onto our baking tray, and then I'm going to fill that up with some of the roast vegetables. And then I'm going to put a dollop of our pesto on that. And as that cooks, it will melt and sort of create a little sauce inside our tarts. I've left a little bit of room on the outside of each one so that I can squeeze them together to seal them. So now I need to make a little egg wash so I can stick my pastry down. Just one egg, whisk it up with a fork, then just paint that outside rim of the pastry so that when I put the lid on, I've got something for it to stick to. And then I'll use this egg wash to wash the top of our pastry as well. The lid's on. So you're almost making something similar to a raviolo. A little nick in the top just to allow our steam to escape. Next one. Now you can just crimp them with a fork if you wanted to, or you can pick them up and sort of fold them and pinch them together with your thumb. And back into our oven. 180 degrees for another, that was lucky. I forgot my egg wash. An important thing that I was going to say, sometimes with reduced fat pastry, the pastry can come out looking a little blonde. So a good coating of egg wash is really important. It'll look nice and golden once it comes out of the oven. We'll sprinkle salt on top. And into the oven. About 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 180 degrees, and then they're ready to come out. Allow them to cool a little bit because they'll be really, really hot inside, and then dig in. You've also got all of this leftover roast veg. So if you're gonna do roast vegetables, I'd suggest always do more than you need. It keeps really well in the fridge and it's super versatile. So you can put some pasta through that, some chickpeas like we said, some fresh herbs, you can have a nice little roast vegetable salad. These are great, versatile alternative, so it's good if you're on a diet.